Cheryl Reitz writes, "Hello AMC crew, love your show. My question is, what is up with the movie The Imitation Game and its release here in the USA? It was supposed to open Thanksgiving weekend, but turns out it was only in limited release in LA and NYC, and even there it was only in 1 or 2 theaters. Then heard it was going to be wide release this past weekend, December 12th, still nothing. The latest word is wide release Christmas Day. Now, how can this movie and a movie like Into the Woods be up for Oscars when they basically are not even being shown to the general public yet? Can you explain to me how a movie can be nominated for an Oscar when they are not even released yet? Who decides these things? Because it really makes no sense to me at all."
Well, here's the thing. There's a thing about Oscar eligibility. What makes your film eligible for the Oscars? And different categories will have different criteria as well. But to be eligible for Best Picture, there's several criteria, but the one we're talking about here basically is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but to be eligible for the 2015 Academy Awards, they're going to be happening in early March, I believe it is. Your film has to play in X number of screens, and it's a small number of screens, in New York and in Los Angeles. And as long as your film, it might even just be one in New York and one in Los Angeles, as long as you have a public screening where anybody can come and buy tickets to it, even one day in Los Angeles in the calendar year of 2014, then you are now eligible to be for that upcoming Oscars. And what happens is a lot of these, we were talking about this on Mailbag this past weekend actually, what some of these studios will do with these films that they think are small films, but we know this film is excellent and we believe it's going to get some Oscar buzz. We can profit from the Oscar buzz and get more people to see this movie than would have otherwise. So if they put this movie, if they put Imitation Game out, which wasn't going to get a lot of a huge audience to start with, they put that movie out in October, it's going to get so many people to see it. But if we put this out in limited release in December and then wider in January, and it starts getting its Oscar buzz and Oscar nominations, then it's going to make more money at the box office because now more people are going to be interested in seeing it. So to be eligible, just got to play in a tiny number of theaters in the calendar year of 2014. And the reason they do it is they don't think it'll make much money otherwise, but if they release it during a time when they know it's going to get Oscar buzz, that will increase the amount of money that it makes. So it really makes perfect logical sense. Or maybe it doesn't make sense. To me, it makes sense. What do you think?
That's part of the equation. The other part is how do these get nominated? Because no normal person has seen it. Like if I'm in Nebraska, you're not seeing Into the Woods.
I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. Yeah.
It's AMPAS. It's the Academy. So basically there's screeners and there's like all of us in LA who are in the biz. We get to go see these movies.
And guild screenings and Academy screenings.
Yeah, so there's the Writers Guild, there's the Directors Guild, there's the SAG. So we all vote on our particular guild. So I'll be voting for Best Director. Actors will be voting for their Best Actors categories. And then all those are not, that gets whittled down to 5 to 10 nominees, and then the Academy then votes on that.
Yeah, and the voting members of the Academy do get, whether it's through those guild screenings, through screeners mailed out to them, for your consideration stuff sent out, they get a chance to see it. So even though a lot of the general public hasn't seen the movies, the people who vote for them do get afforded opportunities to see it so they can make their consideration if they're going to give it a nomination.
Right.
Or not.
The last thing I want to add is it's also not about popularity or like how much money a movie made. It's based strictly on the film. So that's what it's based. That's why just normal people don't get to vote for the Oscars. So that's the answer. So.
But Cheryl, I feel your pain, sweetheart, because I didn't always live in Beverly Hills, adjacent. I didn't always live there, and I come from a different place, and you'd hear about these movies that are nominated for Oscar, and you're like, well, it's not even released in my town yet. When do I get to see that? But Oscar buzz does build it up because a guy like me would not have heard about The Imitation Game in a previous life unless it was being considered for Oscar, the awards and all these things. So when you hear about that, that does make you want to go see the movie more. So when it does come out, you're going to want to check it out, as opposed to just hitting a theater and then leaving right away.
Right. This is a good time. This wasn't planned, but this is a great opportunity to plug something that we do at AMC that I know the people who participate in it love it. It's called the AMC Oscar Showcase. And what we do every year at AMC is that we take all the films that are nominated for Best Picture, and then in the week or before the Academy Awards, we run a marathon that you can buy like one ticket and watch all the Oscar-nominated films. So if you're like behind on if there's like 9 nominated films and you haven't seen 6 of them, The Oscar showcase is an amazing. I know a number of people who go to this every year, and it's like one of the highlights on their movie-going calendar every single year. You go, you buy one ticket or two tickets if we split it up over 2 days, and you get to see all these films that are nominated for Best Picture to make sure you have a chance to see them. So keep your eye open. I'm sure we'll talk about the Oscar showcase more in the coming weeks and months, but keep your eye open for
Do you guys
that.
put Tango and Cash in there just like it was like a goof, like in the middle?
Random. Yeah. It was Oscar nominated in another dimension. Yeah.
Hey everyone, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.